Ladies and gentlemen, introducing our 2012 California Wrestling Hall of Fame inductee, Mr. Stephen Neal. His presenter is Mr. T.J. Kerr. Stephen Neal, a man who needs no introduction. Stephen attended San Diego High School and placed fourth his senior year at 189 pounds. After high school, Stephen Neal attended Cal State Bakersfield and became one of the top wrestlers in the country, compiling a 151 win and 10 defeat record with 4 All-American seasons. He set Pac-10 conference records by finishing 34-0 in conference competition, while becoming the conference four-time winner in the same weight class and second four-time winner ever. He finished his college career at Cal State Bakersfield, career record holder in wins with 156, and also set records for pins in a season, which he had 31 and career falls of 71. Stephen Neal placed fourth in the NCAA Division I as a freshman, second as a sophomore, before winning titles his junior and senior year. His final title in 1999 came via win over future NCAA wrestling champion, WWE champion, and former UFC heavyweight champion Brock Lesnar. Stephen Neal also was a scholar. While at Cal State Bakersfield, he was a 4-time academic All-American and 4-time Pac-10 academic All-Conference selection. In 1999, Neal won the Dan Hodge Award, following a year in which he won the U.S. Freestyle Championship, the Pan American Games title, and the World Championship at 286 pounds. Also in 1999, he won the FILA Outstanding Wrestler Award, an honor given to the best wrestler in the world. His 1999 season led up to the 2000 Summer Olympic Trials, where Kerry McCoy, current University of Maryland's head coach, edged him for the trip to Sydney, Australia. After the trials, Stephen Neal retired from wrestling. Stephen wasn't done competing though. He tried his superior athletic ability with the NFL and succeeded. Please remember, Stephen Neal had not played college football. However, he decided to try pro football, and he ended up playing for the New England Patriots, as well as winning 3 Super Bowl rings. As we mentioned before, on a special note, Stephen Neal will be inducted into the National Wrestling Hall of Fame as a distinguished member in June at the National Wrestling Hall of Fame banquet in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, inducted into the 2012 California Wrestling Hall of Fame, Mr. Stephen Neal.
Thank you. I'll be brief. First, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Whoever's traveling, safe travels. But Happy Mother's Day to all you. Without you, none of this would be possible. I guess a lot of times people, they ask me about football, they ask me about wrestling, and you know, wrestling's an individual sport, and football is a team sport, so they're completely different. But, you know, thinking about the sport of wrestling, although one person gets the medal and only one person gets the medal, it is a team sport, and I just want to show some recognition to my team and talk about them for a little bit. First, I need to thank Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. There's so many times I made bad decisions, and He kept me back on the right track and took care of me, so I want to thank Him. I want to thank my parents. My parents, they raised me up in a very good home. I have 2 brothers. They're awesome. We had 3-way goes every day in the front yard, just getting after each other. So that helped me. But a little story about my parents. I used to go on the little trips during the summertime, junior trips or the Esquire trips, and the Coyote Club would always send big checks and help me out get there, so thank you guys too. But I'd always call them, you know, from the pay phone, because that was back before cell phones, and different time. But I always call and they say, "How are you doing, Steve?" And I say, "Yeah, I had a tough one today. I lost." And, you know, my parents were always like, "Yeah, you know, we love you. Keep going." Then I'd tell them, you know, well, actually, I'm in the finals, so it's pretty good. But it was always good, no matter if I won or lost. They always show their love to me, and that was really, you know, important. It's not how well you do, but it's just how good a person you are. And so I want to thank my parents for for that right there. And then once I got into college, my parents dropped me off with Coach Kerr over there and said, "All right, you deal with them now." And Coach Kerr, man, I want to thank you because you taught me so much about no matter what in life, there's no excuses. Don't feel sorry for yourself because no one else does, and just work hard, you know. And there's many times where I did not want to keep practicing. I was done, but I'd look and I'd see my teammates, you know, Brad Hull and Mike Mendoza, and they're still doing monkey rolls, so why can't I? So I just kept working hard, and we had some good stuff going there, and also Coach Pope, man, he put a whooping on me a lot of times, and I'm thankful for that because I could either quit or I could have learned from it, and a lot of times I was able to learn from it, so thank you. Coach Danny Castaneda, he's here somewhere. I want to thank him. He taught me that the weights are really, really heavy. I don't know if you guys have learned that one, but if you work really hard, you'll be able to pick up whatever you want. So thank you, Coach Castaneda. And I see a lot of faces in here that beat me up pretty good, and I want to thank you for that. And I'm looking at you too, Ernie, because you got me that one time. Man, I don't want to talk about it, but put a whooping on me in practice. But it made me who I was as a wrestler and who I am today, so thank you. And then finally to my family, my current family, my wife Jody, she's put up with me we'll be married 10 years now, and we've been together for about 15. And she's still with me, so thank you, I love you. And my kids who are all sleeping now, Kobe, I love you. Gunner, he's sleeping, but I love you too. Jillian, I think she's sleeping. I love you too. And I hope I can be part of your team and help you have success in life. So thank you very much, and thanks.